can't believe that we are already, well, I can because it feels like March and May, June, July has just been the weirdest 4 months of our lives. Hopefully, it'll never be like that again. So I'm thankful to be in August. I'm excited about school starting. I know that it's kind of a shaky time for people, so be mindful of that when you are when you're posting, because that's going to be a pain and pleasure point for a lot of people in terms of school starting and the nervousness around it. But it's August 5th, so let's see where we're at for the month of August. All right, we have 13 new coaches on our team, already 5 days in. So if it's your first time on this call and you are new to this team, welcome to our Epic Empire team calls, and congratulations to those of you who are adding coaches to your team. These are our team builders with one coach added to their team already for the month of August is Kelly Tim, Sarah Timbrook, Jessica Roy, Renee Human, Jessica Morris, Jessica B, Shavana N, Vanessa Stike, Whitney Jones, Alexandra Gartner, and Alina Boy. Congratulations. And Alina and Alexandra added 2 coaches to her team. So congratulations, ladies. All right. Success Club. You can go to the next slide. So Success Club is the way that we give a number in a measurable way of seeing how we are filling our challenge group. Our whole purpose of being coaches, right, is to change people's lives with health and fitness. And so these numbers are a direct reflection of the lives that are coming into your challenge groups. If you sell a challenge pack, you get 2 points. If you do a home direct order, you get 2 points. That's how you get points on the board. And our goal as coaches is each month is to get a minimum of 5 points on the board. If you get more, great. You get less. As long as you get 5, it gives yourself a measurable goal towards success, and your business will move forward. You will continue filling your challenge groups and having people that you are starting to help on their health and fitness journey. So with 2 points on the board, we have Laura Fadley, Jessica B, Shavana N, Renee, Kelly Tim, Jessica Morris, Jessica Roy, Jennifer C. I say the last letter, the last name, because I'm always worried I'm going to butcher it. So I'm sorry if I didn't say your full last name. Chastity Adkins, Deborah West, Shirley Mitchell, Dina Armstrong, Rebecca Derrickson, Rebecca D. See, that's why I don't say them. Laura F. Christina Dennis, Sarah Timbrook, Dina Boyer, Brooke Wilkerson, Candace Weissman, Candace, Lisa Dougal, Kelsey King, Blazer Rivet, Kelly Batchelor. With 4 points, we have Lindsay Duran, Ashley C., Deanna Woodbury, Alexandra Gartner, and myself. And then already on the board in Success Club officially, usually leading the pack, Lauren Anderson with 6 points. Congratulations, Lauren. And Vanessa Stike rocking it at 8 points. Congratulations, everybody. And we are going to definitely have a lot of numbers in Success Club this month. I already foresee that. Recognition. Let's see what we have this week. So our success starter is well on her way. Jessica Roy has hit her first month of success starters, which is a qualification that our company recognizes to get their free ticket to Summit. So if you hit Success Club 3 months out of your first 6 months as a coach, you are considered a success starter and you get that free ticket to Summit. So Jessica Roy, you are already almost there. Keep going, 2 more months to go. Emerald Coach, Jessica, look at you rocking the recognition board, Jessica Roy. Our July Success Board leaders are Jessica B., Lauren, and Kelsey King. Congratulations, ladies, for leading the pack with Success Club. And then we have, just letting slow, our top sponsor of the week was Kelsey King. Kelsey King is building her tribe. Congratulations, Kelsey. And then super servant of the week is the famous Kelly King. Congratulations, Kelly. And the announcements. Take it away, Nicola.
Okay, so this week our pre and postnatal bar blend, the program is now available. It started on Monday, so make sure that you guys are checking it out. I know that KB is really leading the pack with this and doing a challenge group. So make sure that you're sharing all your ideas and things if you're going to do this with your calendars, because we'd love to hear that. Second and third, the Collagen Boost is now in Canada, no, sorry, in the UK and France. So if you have any UK or France customers, you can now offer collagen to them. And then lastly, 10 rounds will be entering Beachbody On Demand August 31st instead of October. So that's really exciting that we'll have that program. Obviously, if you have VIP access, you already have it. But any customers that did not purchase it, they're able to access it. And then one last thing that I didn't add on here, make sure you guys are checking out the Share Cart. They just launched this past week where when you set up your Share Cart, you can actually add the promos that you would like to your Share Cart, which is awesome because now you have the power to say, hey, I have 25% off Energize and I would love to add it to your cart. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it and send you this promo. So use that to your advantage for Share Cart. They worked out all the kinks and bugs. So make sure you're using that for your business. And then that's it.
Awesome. All right. What's up, y'all? So welcome to our Wednesday night team call. A lot of times we'll have guest speakers most of the time, and sometimes we'll do power hours. A lot of times we'll do the last Wednesday of every month, we do a Dash to Emerald call. So if Emerald is on your vision board for the month of August, you definitely want to make sure you're on that call or watch a previous recording. Nicola has archives of the recording, so you'll be able to see that as well if you're like, I want to know. And then obviously talk to your upline about that as well. But tonight, like I said, I had a guest speaker lined up. He seemed a little salesy to me. I didn't like the vibe, and I just told Nicola, maybe I was just in a really bad mood, and I said, he's done. I'm done. And so I'm going to share some thoughts with you tonight, and hopefully it's really helpful for your business. So how many of you guys run, polling the chat, in terms of your Beachbody business, how many of you guys are either on predominantly Facebook or Instagram? If you could share that in the chat, that would be really helpful for me. Let's see. Instagram only, both Instagram, Facebook, trying Instagram, both, 50-50. Okay, cool. All right, so most people are both, some people are IG. I'm finding clients as well who are IG only, and I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So 4 years ago, prior to a lot of us being on IG, before we kind of used it as like fun, cute filters and stuff like that, we weren't really using it for the potential that it had at the time. And it was actually election season, the same season that we're in right now, where it's really crazy, especially over on Facebook, where I felt a lot, and I don't post a ton about this, but I'm an extremely political person. Like, I am very, very on my side, and I have a major strong opinion about it. And I would find myself going onto Facebook and getting extremely stressed out and frustrated. And so I started to step away from it to the point where I didn't want to look at that anymore unless I went into Epic Empire or went into my challenge group. That's all I wanted to see. And then otherwise I didn't want to see it because it made me feel like sad or frustrated. And so I started dabbling around with IG and finding it a little bit more pleasurable and fun. And so now we fast forward 4 years later, and the dynamics have like almost trickled into Instagram now, where you're getting a lot of political stuff in there as well. So that's the season we're in. That's the reality that we're in right now. And so I kind of wanted to touch base on that first before I start going into these points, because I have personally found myself falling into the trap of speaking on it or touching on it or finding myself frustrated or unfollowing somebody because they make me frustrated. And I want to encourage you guys to be a place of inspiration, value, and light over there, because it's lacking everywhere. And I guarantee you, if you are a positive, fun, playful, inspiration, value-adding spot for your followers, they're going to be more drawn to you, because everybody outside of where you're at and your intentions are probably posting hateful, aggressive, political, opinionated stuff. And some of it is good and helpful. A lot of it is a lot of toxicity, if that's a word. So I want to encourage you when I go over these things that you keep that filter in mind, that we are here to inspire and encourage. And that will speak volumes right now, like huge, and people will appreciate it. So that's the pain and pleasure point that we're in. Then you layer on top of that, we're about to go back to school, right? All the uncertainty. Some people are going to be homeschooling again. Some people are scared and sending their kids to school. Some people are excited like me to send their kids to school. So remember that also when you are sharing on social media, that we're in this really weird time right now. People need your joy. People need your inspiration, and they need to see that you're getting up every day and that you are taking care of you so that you can be the best version of you for your family. And I think that's super, super important to be doing purposely, consistently every day. Not only for that, but for you, right? Because this time and season we're in right now is hard. It is hard and it's not fun, right? So make sure you're taking care of you and living that out loud for those other people who are watching you to inspire them. And you will see so much thankfulness and gratitude towards your account because you've inspired them and you encourage them and you make them smile. So I wrote down 10 points of things that I think have been really impactful for my business, and mainly in terms of my social media, and even more geared towards Instagram, because that is where I'm getting the biggest bang for my buck, if that's how you want to say it. But I build relationships quicker over there, and I have a hard time doing it over on Facebook because I feel like I've been there for a while and I know all the people that are there, and it's just a different environment right now. So first and foremost, I tell every single coach when they sign up, my new coaches that I sign up, I have them take the How to Fascinate quiz. I think that it is like the most it was a very eye-opening thing for me because it teaches people how people best perceive you, which is really helpful when you're trying to build your brand and your voice and you don't know exactly what your voice looks like on social media. Like, am I funny? Am I serious? Am I crafty? Am I like the mom, or am I, drinking my glass of wine every night? Like, what is my jam? What am I known for? What do people like from me? Because if you figure out what that is and you hone in on it, you're going to find a solid following that comes to you every time for a specific reason. And for me, I think of those behaviors. I analyze that for myself. So the website is called How to Fascinate. There is, I believe, a $55 test you can take. You can write off of taxes if you're doing this as a business. I think it was super invaluable, and I appreciated what I learned from it in terms of understanding how people best perceive me. And I deviate from it, and I notice my numbers go down. How people best perceive me in terms of my results was people like spunky, funny, engaging, energetic, open book kind of Jatana. They don't want mysterious. They don't want my insights on things. They don't want any of that. They really just want the fun, energetic Jatana. But the problem is I might like a fun picture of myself, or I might think I look pretty in something. I want to post it on my wall because I like it with a fun little quote. I don't get anything out of it, and nobody cares about that because that's not what they want from me. And so taking that quiz will give you a ton of insight about you and how people best perceive you. And I think the value in that, especially if you are a newer coach, is what we tend to do as newer coaches is we get on social media and we go, okay, so what is successful as a coach? Let me go look at these other coaches and see what they're doing. That is important. It's good to go be vigilant and see what is working because success leaves clues, right? But one thing that I want you to avoid doing is looking at another person who you think is successful and doing and emulating what they're doing. It will not come across authentic. It could actually almost be awkward sometimes because you're trying to emulate what somebody else is doing, what is best for their personality, is best for their brand, and it might not be what people feel is most authentic piece of you. And I've done that before. I have tried to emulate other coaches because I thought that was what success looked like, and it didn't feel authentic. And so, yes, keep your eyes open. Watch the successful coaches and what they do, especially the ones on our team, because they're in the same vibe and wavelength that you are. But learn what your voice looks like, and it takes some time. But take this test and figure out what your results are. And I would love to dive. If any of you want to message me, I will analyze your test and we'll figure out how to really start making sure that you have a consistent whole message that represents you as a person and what you want to put out there into the world. So howtofascinate.com. And I used that analogy back at Summit a couple years ago of think of two polar opposite coaches, right? There's a lot of coaches that are completely different. I use this, I don't even want to use this now. I want to use people on our team. Okay, here we go. Laura Fadley, and who's somebody that's polar opposite of Laura Fadley? I'm like trying to, Laura is the hair flipping, dancing kind of girl, right? Kelly Batchelor is a routine girl. So I'm just go like totally, I didn't want to use Melanie Mitchell or any of these other coaches. I want to use people on our team because those are people that you see more often. Laura is living in her true self. Like Laura is being exactly who she's supposed to be on social media. I get joy from seeing Laura be herself. If I were to sign a coach who is more of the structured, like plan out my day kind of person, and they started to act like Laura, it would not come across authentic, and it would almost be uncomfortable for her followers watching. And that's why I think it's really important to understand who you are and who your voice is on social media. And same with Kelly Batchelor. If Kelly Batchelor were to get on and turn on country music and start flipping her hair around and talking about whatever Travis did that it wouldn't be what we want from Kelly Batchelor. What you enjoy from Kelly Batchelor is she wakes up in the morning, she does her personal development, she has structure, and I guarantee you her people who follow her like her material and like what she's bringing to the table and feels encouraged by what she's sharing. And so I just really encourage you guys to go take that How to Fascinate and figure out what your authentic voice is on social media. Put your blinders on, because everybody's is going to look different, and you have so much value to bring to the table, and your people are following you for a reason. Number 2, this is a big one that I see happen a lot across the network in general and other businesses also, is don't be, I use this word, it sounds kind of harsh, but don't be an IG snob, okay? If people are following you and commenting on your posts, or they're interacting with your Instagram stories, you've got to interact with them back. And when I say interact with them back, like actually have thoughtful, maybe even meaningful conversations within the threads in which they're commenting on. So if somebody comments on your post, like, I should have wrote out an example, like, oh my gosh, those Nike shoes are so cute. Where did you get them? That is a great conversation, and one of the best things you can do for your post is to continue to have a full-on conversation within your actual post. And so I want to make sure that when you go out there and you're posting stories, you're posting polls, you are asking for call to action, you're doing call to actions, you're asking for information, make sure that you're reciprocating that same thing to those people that you're trying to engage with. Go to their page, comment on their stuff. Watch their stories, comment on their stories. Are they commenting on your stories nonstop, but you never watch theirs and comment on theirs? It's not good. And one thing that IG does recognize is when you connect with somebody on Instagram and you actually have a conversation with them that and in a DM or in their thread or anything like that, those bonds are started to be created. And what happens with those bonds is the algorithms become more in your favor, where your stuff actually begins to show up more, right, in their people's explore pages. And also obviously when they open up their phone in the morning, you will start to see their stuff a lot more often, and they will begin to see yours. So just make sure you're interacting on social media and not just posting and waiting to see who comments and just hearting them, right? Actually engage, or giving an emoji back. Don't give an emoji back. Talk to them on your posts. Thank them for commenting. Ask them a question so that they want to engage back with you. That's one of the number one things you want to do, is ask another question back so that they answer the question and you create a threaded conversation within your post. Number 3, something that I've been doing consistently for 4 years now probably, is geotagging absolutely everything. I geotag everything. I hide it. I geotag my posts, obviously where I'm at. It's usually the same thing over and over again. But if I post a picture in Indianapolis years ago, I geotag that as well. But more importantly, your stories, you guys, you can tag locations anywhere in the world that you want to tag. You can analyze the numbers from that location of how many viewers you receive. But your stories will populate more in other locations if you actually tag a location in your story. Hide it underneath an emoji or text or anything like that, but be intentional and geotag every single story. I do. A lot of times I'll do Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, or I'll do Toronto is a great one for me. Cocoa Beach, my local location. Make sure you're geotagging everything. Another one that I think is a mistake that I used to make, I used to think that I could post hashtags and people would just find me. Unfortunately, hashtags these days are like needle in a haystack. They are, billions of people are populating these hashtags. And so what I found really beneficial for the time where I sit down and work my business on Instagram is I pursue hashtags. So I have a set of them that are suitable for me, that make sense. I've said mine a million. I have platinum blonde. I have eyelash extensions. I have hashtag hair extensions. Hashtag boy mom, which you're going to get a lot of network marketers with that one. But finding those unique things about you. Cheer coach, that could be a new one. Now that I'm coaching cheerleading, I can go in there and find people that have hashtag that and start to make connections with those people that use those exact same hashtags that I do. And so make sure you follow that specific hashtag. It will populate your explore page with other people who have used those hashtags, but more purposefully, be intentional when you're in your power hour or whatever time that you work your business, or if you do it when you're in the pockets of your time of sitting on the toilet or at a stoplight, be intentional to say, you know what, I'm going to go find 5 new women who use my hashtag. I'm going to follow them. I'm going to comment. I'm going to like their pictures. Maybe I'll send them a DM and ask them a question like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm coaching a cheer squad too. How are you doing tryouts? I don't know, whatever connection you can make with them that is in relation to that hashtag. Oh my gosh, I have another family watching my children right now. Let's hope it goes well. And I can hear them yelling, so that's fun. Number 5, this is something that I've actually done a lot recently, and I found it to be really, really helpful. I go to local boutiques here in the area, and the girls that are following the boutiques that I'm going to, I say boutiques because that's the stores that we have in this little small town are like these little beachy boutiques. And you might have something similar to that, or maybe it's a little bit bigger. It almost replaces back in the day when I used to go to Facebook groups, right? When I go to these little boutiques in my hometown and I look at who's following them, it's all women that live in my hometown. And it's a great way for me to start building and making connections with these women who will say, oh, well, she lives in Cocoa Beach too? Oh, that's kind of cool. And they're they're more open to connect with me, follow me back, engage with me in a DM if they notice that I'm living in Cocoa Beach as well. So I used to do that back in the day on Facebook. I would go into Montclair Moms Group, which is the neighborhood I lived in back in the day in Virginia. And I would build relationships with the moms in that group because it was a commonality that we had. It was not invasive or weird for us to interact. And so now I've found a way to transfer that over to Instagram. And it was finding those small stores that were places that I actually shop and find those moms or women and start connecting with them that way. So that's something that's really been working recently to build more eyes on me, more community, more friendships, more connections to be made. Number 6, this is something that I know a lot of you guys might do with different variations. I know a lot of our leaders do it, but creating an engagement pod has been really helpful with getting stimulation, I know that's a weird word, on your posts when you first post. Okay, and one of the engagement pods that I think is really, really helpful is trying to do it with people that are not Beachbody. It does work some when you are all posting at the same time when your post comes up. Instagram says this post is hot, people are liking it, people are commenting on it, let's give it more screen time, basically. But it's even more helpful in terms of basically, this sounds weird, cross-pollinating viewers. So having a pod of people that are not coaches, that are like-minded, but they're in a different area of expertise than you, right? So I have a girl, one of my friends who she does home decor. She actually did our house in Virginia. I have her. I have a pageant girl. I now have a cheer coach that is in a different district here in the area. Right now that's the only that are in the group. There was one girl, but she stopped because she couldn't keep up with the posts. So set your expectations, create a pod, whether it's in WhatsApp, that's what we use, WhatsApp, or you can use GroupMe. I encourage you not to do it on Facebook or Instagram. They actually follow that stuff. It's crazy that they even have the computer systems to be able to do that. So create a pod with like-minded people that are in different areas. Maybe they're crafty. Maybe they are on Etsy and they have their own little Instagram page as well. And make rules of, you know what, when I post, I'm going to let you know I posted. Everybody goes on and they give a heartfelt, more than 4 words comment. It has to be more than 4 words or it doesn't boost the engagement of the post. And so that's one of the things that I've been finding to be really helpful recently. Another thing that, number 7, is, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you go into your IG, if you have it set up as a business page, there's a ton of insights that you can see about your page. That's really helpful information to know what people are liking and not liking about your post or your stories. So if you go to your Instagram, there's 3 little bars in the top right left-hand corner right there. If you go to those 3 bars and you click on Insights, you will see your posts, right? So there's my last post with Joshi. And I click See All. It's going to give you up to a year. In the first drop down little box menu right there, you'll see the word reach. Does everybody follow me? All right, so if you click the word reach, it will show you all these different things that you can kind of analyze. My 2 favorite ones is the saved posts and the shared posts. So if you click on, for example, saved, I don't know, I'm just going to try that one. And you look at what was the most saved in terms of Instagram. One of my favorites right now is Teza. If you guys don't have the ability to use Lightroom, Lightroom is great if you know what you're doing. You can manipulate the picture to be brighter. You can pop out more colors in your picture. But I found Teza to be great because it really just kind of puts the different variations of presets on it for you. So all my pictures are filtered through Teza. I use Hype Type still when I'm doing my workouts and I don't want to make a big old iMovie. I just stick my video in Hype Type. I will put a song on there. I'll speed it up and post it in my stories. So Hype Type, Teza, those are my main ones. Unfold and Cinepic are good when I'm doing a call to action. Mojo is a good one as well for little videos. That's about it. And I noticed today, Instagram came out with a new feature. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they have a new feature and I think they're trying to emulate some of TikTok's features. Because TikTok's in the hot seat right now because of China, all that crazy political stuff. Microsoft attempting to buy it, the president twittering about it, all this stuff, crazy. But they are putting out features that are very similar to TikTok, which is kind of cool because it will start bringing the younger generation back over because we don't know if we will have TikTok moving forward. So pretty cool. That's the vibe I got. It was like TikTok. Yeah, they shared and anytime you guys make sure you're following Instagram. Follow their account because if you're following their account, a lot of times you'll get their little notifications. And just like the one that rolled out today, I was like, oh, they are totally trying to dive in with this TikTok thing that is a big political thing and bring that platform's features over to Instagram stories, which could be kind of cool. Could be a complete fail, but it'd be kind of cool. What other questions do you guys have on any of that? Hopefully it was helpful. Can you share the quiz with us? Yes. It's howtofascinate.com. It's a website, and you go on there and you take it, and I think that they make you pay I think it's $55 for the full thing. They might give you your actual result, just the name of it maybe, and I think I could go into Google and find a lot of the attributes of that result if you didn't want to pay the total amount. But let me know what it is and I'll help you find what your results are. Yep, that's what Holly said she did. What else? Any other questions? Oh, you can unmute too. Melinda, I missed you at 8 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Any big tips for Team Cup? Good one. All right. I didn't even cover that, did I? Good job, Holly. You're a rock star. So Team Cup is going on right now, and a lot of you guys are divided up into groups of 5, where you're really focusing on, one, teaming up together with achieving bigger goals than you normally would have pushed for in a regular month. And so what I want to encourage you guys to do, and something that I found really helpful for my own business, is leaning in during Team Cup and actually setting really scary goals. Setting higher numbers. Pick a high number that you've never achieved before. Like if the highest you've ever achieved in Success Club is 6. Say that's the number because you're a new coach. Maybe give yourself a goal of hitting SC10 with your team. Set that goal and then create times when you guys can meet together. Do a power hour together, have a group chat together, bounce ideas off of each other. Maybe even when you're getting an objection or you're getting stumped in an invite conversation or follow-up, post that in your chat so that your other coaches can help fill in and maybe share with you things that they would say, insights that they would say. That's what I found really beneficial with our Team Cup teams that I've had in the past, is allowing older coaches, newer coaches to intermingle and find ways to kind of get over those moments where you're like, I don't know what to say to this person. What do I say? Somebody help me out. And then giving yourself that scary goal. It is a moment where maybe you don't, oh my God, I don't like cats, and this one just jumped on me. I'm not a cat person at all. Maybe you've never hit Success Club before. This is a great opportunity to say, you know what, this month I'm going to try. I am going to try to hit Success Club. I'm going to team up with my team. I'm going to jump on that power hour, and I'm going to send the invites. I'm going to do the business activity tracker. I'm going to lean in this month and actually give this thing a shot. Maybe that's your mindset. But I would say most importantly, Team Cup is just a time to get a little bit uncomfortable and hit a goal that's a little bit bigger than your normal business activity. Does that make sense? Good question, Holly. How are you marketing the $20 coupons that can't be used on MBF? You're talking about the discount, the codes that you get with Team Cup. That's just, I mean, I just explain it, and I don't stress out about the fact that it's not MBF related, that it is BOD, and it's for a year. I try not to be wedged into what the company's doing. You know what I mean? I have to remember that just because I'm excited about MBF and I'm running this MBF group, that my followers are following me for health and fitness, or maybe they're wanting to join me in terms of health and fitness, but they are not having to do MBF because I'm doing it or because that's the new hot thing. I just want to get them started. I want to get them BOD. I want to get them on our supplements, and I want to get them committed and started to their own journey. That's all I focus on. And sometimes that is not going to be what the new hot thing is. Maybe it needs to be core to force. Maybe it needs to be 10 rounds or 21-day fix because they just need to start basic and simple. Don't feel like you've got to do MBF with every single person that you're getting started on their health and fitness journey, because that's what is popular right now. They could eventually do it, of course, but it doesn't have to be the main thing. Oh, she's sitting like right behind me, or he. I don't even know if it's a he or she. Aren't all cats girls and dogs boys? Does anybody believe that? Like, that's always been my saying, because I call all dogs boys. Sorry, I digress. I think just because it comes with both. Yeah. I mean, it's a benefit of it, and that's an upgrade. So, but don't let it hold you back. It's still a $20 coupon, which is pretty awesome if they want to get started. Anything else? We got some really cool things rolling out for you. Probably, what's today's date? Is it the 8th? No, it's the 5th. About midway through the month. Our leadership has been working really hard on coming up with some really cool ways to excel your businesses faster going in towards the end of the year. And so hopefully you guys are excited about some really cool news that we'll be sharing with you about mid-month. Yep, that's all I got for you. If you don't have any questions, hopefully that was really helpful. And then we have a really phenomenal speaker. I told you I spoke on her call, and I'm super pumped about her coming on our call. It is it the 19th, I believe? Jamie Ennis will be speaking on our call. So get your teams on. She's an absolute incredible leader within the company and has built a phenomenal organization that just continues to duplicate itself. So I'm super excited about having her on the team call. But thank you guys for being on tonight. See you in the morning if you're on the 6 o'clock group. Did everybody get a picture? Post it on your page. I see you, Megan. What's up, girl? Oh, you're the Galaxy S10. Got it. Make sure you take a picture, post it on your Instagram page, talk about your team. I haven't done that today. Y'all, it has been, I really will take advice of a preteen because I'm literally about to jump in the river with a brick around my ankle. So if you're getting towards that age, be prepared because it's like a whole nother level of crazy. All right, I'm just going to scan and then put a song with it. Very cool. All right, I love you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you at 6 in the morning for those of you who are working out with us. Bye.